Welcome back to Crash Cars, everyone. If you're new to the channel, my name is Harrison Woodruff, and go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button because if you like what you see, well, you're about to see a lot more of it on the channel. Today we have with us the 599 GTO from Ferrari. This is one of 599 examples in the world, and there's only 125 in the US. Kind of cool. Even cooler, we have the 78th example with us today with a one-of-a-kind paint job. I'm gonna try and get this on one go. So this is the paint code. A two-tone Nero with a Grigio Silverstone Acapulco roof. Mouthful. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive into this review with what's under this beautiful two-tone hood. Under this gorgeous Silverstone, to cut it short, and black bonnet, we have the gorgeous Ferrari Rosso Corsa Red V12. What's crazy is the 599 actually shares the same V12 as the Enzo. Basically, you have all the history of the Enzo Ferrari right there. Mind-blowing. Now, if I was like a crazy YouTuber who knew how to edit, I'd probably do like really fun explosions or stuff around my head, but we'll see if I figure that out in post. You guys would know. I don't know right now. We'll find out. Anyway, this V12, the GTO, produces 661 brake horsepower and 475 foot-pounds of torque. Mind-boggling. More explosions behind the head. Remember to do that. Put a mark on post. The GTB, which is the other variant of the 599 for the road, only produced 640 horsepower. Not very much. I'm kidding. That's a lot, but it's a big jump. And the truth is, the 599 GTO is the road legal version of the 599 FXX, which is Ferrari's, basically you could say, private race car series. Like how Lamborghini has their Super Trofeo series, the same thing. Anyway, the car goes from 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds. And that's from a car in 2011. 2012, 2011 is when these cars were produced. Actually, I'm sorry, the last ones were delivered in 2012. 2011 is when they finished production. Really cool little aero talk. We're gonna hop to the back because if you're new to the channel, you wouldn't know this, but if you're a Crash Cars Club member, that's gonna be the elite member soon. We're gonna work on that. Anyway, I like rear ends of cars, so we're gonna go hop back there and talk about some aerodynamics. Not only is the 599 equipped with this ridiculous rear diffuser that is literally wider than my hand, another thing this car is equipped with is a front splitter that resembles, quite strikingly, the 488's front splitter, and how it's dropped down beneath the car a little bit to help with aerodynamic downforce and sucking it to the ground and all that fun stuff. Yeah, that made no technical. The car is also equipped with ducts on the sides of the car to help with air brake cooling and also to release the negative pressure inside the wheel wells. Now, this car has so much downforce that at 186 miles per hour, it has 350 pounds of downforce. That's ridiculous for a front engine. Basically actually, it's a race car. So I totally expect that. One other very cool thing that they implemented on this car, on the 599, all of them, the GTO, the GTB, the FXX, obviously, they all have C-pillars. Gorgeous flying buttress C-pillars. What is also back here? Exhaust. What do we do on Crash Cars? We always have a startup. And when do we do that? Right before we go on a drive. What are we gonna do now? We're gonna go take a drive. So enjoy the startup, and I'll see you guys out on the road. Here we are on the road. Now let's talk about the suspension. Suspension is a MSA along with the coils in the car. Now the MSA stands for don't kill me, you little keyboard warriors. Magnetic or heliological semi-active dampers. Now, what is that? Well, those dampers work with liquid, and it's a magnetic liquid, and a little computer tells it how strong the magnetism is, and it stiffens the dampers. So obviously the stiffer the fluid, the stiffer the suspension, the faster you can go around a turn, right? Makes total sense. Now, How does that ride? On the road, it's stiff. It's a bit stiff, but that's okay, because it's a race car for the road. Literally, that's what they designed it to be. And with this exhaust system, with the way this thing rides, it is ridiculous. Woo! That suspension is wonderful, and so is that baffled exhaust. Gosh, dang! Now, let's talk about braking for a second as we're about to approach a red light. The 599 originally came with cab iron, boring, right? Brakes. Now, I'm not going to pull an Alfa Romeo review, but for those who know, it comes with carbon ceramic disc brakes as an option, and the 599 GTO came with that. The GTB did not, obviously the FXX did, because it's a race car, they need that. But all I can say is the brakes are freaking ridiculous. I don't have the exact specs on the diameter, but they're ridiculous. If you were to talk about this car being practical for a day-to-day function, yeah, let's put it 50-50. The reason I'm saying that is because the seats, you know, in 488s, 458s, I've spent a lot of time in a 458. Someone knows what I'm talking about. That car, after a while, got quite uncomfortable, and you know, our back would get sore. Obviously, we were pushing it hard. But this is really honestly doable on a day-to-day basis. We've been in this car for a couple hours, and it's quite comfortable. There's tons of legroom. Sorry, microphone. Sorry, guys. There's tons of legroom in this car. There's tons of headroom. I'm 6'2", 6'3", depending on how good the day is. I fit in it, and it's comfortable. Now, yes, that MSA suspension is a little stiff, but that's fine. I mean, you just avoid the bumps. The biggest issue of the car for day-to-day practicality is just the ground clearance, and there's no front lift on it because they designed it to be a race car for the road, and not just a road car turned into a race car, which a lot of companies do nowadays, not to point brands or anything. But the trunk space is huge. I have my massive camera backpack back there with my gimbal, with my tripod, and I can still put a suitcase back there. Like, seriously, it's monstrous. Interior space, you even have the rear deck lid back here for, you know, briefcases if you want. And you do have side pockets. You do have all kinds of other space in here too. It's quite incredible. The funny part is, this V12 is paired with the F1 gearbox. And I've never felt the variation of the F1 gearbox like this. It's just, it's neck slamming. It honestly resembles the Aventadors. And that really, really surprised me. And then with every downshift, you get that blow off valve just hissing at you. And then you put your foot down a little bit. And you're gone. I mean, obviously that was only 45 miles an hour. And a 45 miles an hour zone. It's a joy to drive. And it's totally doable on a day-to-day basis. Now, obviously, it would be a little scary taking a 599 GTO into a parking lot, considering the resale value and how much it's escalated in the past 5 years, considering it's only a 2011 car. It's already doubled in value. This car specifically has, and it's ridiculous. The best part about this interior, though, is the little light bar that you get to watch as you get close to the rev limiter. Absolutely astonishing. Now, obviously, new Ferraris have that, but when you're in a 2011 series and you still have that, and you have this gloss carbon fiber steering wheel with the Manatina dial, it has absolutely each sport, race, wet mode, not even a bumpy road mode. Because who needs a bumpy road mode when you're in a freaking 599 GTO? Now, obviously, it's the older variant of the 812 Superfast and the F12 and the F12 TDF, but I still think it's quite fantastic. Like, truly, truly fantastic. And obviously, in my opinion, I mean, obviously the resale is going to be ridiculous compared to the F12 normal one, Berlinetta, or the 812 Superfast. Now, obviously, with TDF, that's skyrocketed because that is another race car for the road. maybe there's some correlation between the two. Any keyboard warriors that are nice enough to comment, let me know. What do y'all think? What do y'all know? I love to hear information. Anyway, this car's a blast. Oh my lord. If anybody has any questions on the 599 GTO, I mean, shoot me a comment, shoot me a DM. Go hit up my Instagram and my Facebook. They're both Crash Cars. If you guys did not see the delivery video of this car, yeah, I said delivery video. What does that mean? It's in the freaking family collection, you guys. This 5.9 is here to stay with us on the channel for a very long time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys give it a massive thumbs up. Go hit that subscribe button like I said in the beginning. Go DM me for Crash Cars merch at Crash Cars on Instagram or Facebook, either one you want to. And I'll give you guys a nice little pull as we head out. So, Crash Cars out.